Okay, so now yesterday we have seen some Power Builder ID basic. So we also need to look about the basic of database, because without database we cannot do anything for a applications. We need to add a database with application to save some data. So why we keep data? Why we create software? We create softwares to keep historical data that will help us to made future decisions and some process. Like we always save data, and then we retrieve that data, and then use in for further processing. Okay, so in that case we always require a database. Okay, now let me give you some idea about the database. So you already installed SQL Central 16. I have 17. No worry about that. All are same. When you open this SQL Central, you will see this type of UI. Okay, here let me create again session 2. Create a new folder, session 2, and under session 2 there is a new folder, that is DB database. Okay, so look how we can create a database in SQL anywhere. Go to the tool. Here you will see SQL Anywhere 17. In your case, it's 16, and there is the first option, create database. You click here, go to the next, create a database on this computer. Now browse and give a location to save this database. I'm just giving this location, session 2 DB, and the name is session 2 .db. So .db is the extension of database. So it will create a log file also. Now everything will be default. Username, I'm keeping username DBA and password is SQL123. SQL123. Next, next, and then I can finish. So over the finish, a database is being created and connected. So in database, you can see there are multiple things here, tables, views, and I click on tables. There is no table available here. Okay, and look at the DB folder. There are two files is being created. One is session2.db file and another is session2.log file. Okay, so this way you can create your database. So this is a blank database currently. We don't have any table, we don't have any other object. So we can create a new table here, or we can connect, we can write a table, open interactive SQL DBA password. I have given SQL13, and I'll need to choose here start and connect a database on this computer. So database file, I need to choose a file here, that is session 2, and then tool test connection. Connection successful. Okay, connect. So I have connected my database. Now let me create one table. So create table login user. This is my table name. I'm creating a new table with login underscore ID, or you can say login ID, password, login password, and saying is active. Okay. When you create a column, you also need to provide the data type. So login ID is a varchar. So I'm saying 10 digit. Password is also a varchar. It's maximum 10 digit, and is active is also a varchar. You can say character one. Okay. Let's create this table. This table is being created. You will see here over the refresh. Let me go to here. Disconnect and then again connect. Connect. Same DBA SQL 123. You will see the table. Okay. So there is a table being created. So this way we can create a database. Now, how we need to connect our database? So go to, we will create a ODBC here. Go to ODBC 32 and make a user DSN add. Select a driver. In your case, it will be 16. In my case, it is 17 now. So DSN, I'm saying DSN name session 2. Login, username DBA, password SQL123, and here connect, start and connect to a database on this computer. I need to select one file, and this the same thing is test connection. Already exist because I have already created. So replace it with the definition. Yes. So this is a session 2. Okay. Now I can use my session 2 in is this ODBC in my database connection also. Let me open Cyber Central again. Now if I want to connect, I can use a ODBC because I have already given the username, password and the file path. I can only use the ODBC directly and then connect. Okay. Any problem? So these are the PV catalog tables that is default created by PV. And this is our table. Log. Okay. This is our table. I think we have connected the not recent database. We have connected the wrong path. ODBC session configure login here. Look, we have in credentials. This database we have created. Now already connected to the database, so we need to disconnect first. Look, this login.user. We have created login password is active. Okay. So this way you can create a ODBC, you can create your database. Now this ODBC will be used in Power Builder IDE. Open Power Builder. So why we use database connection within IDE? Because when we go for some coding related to database, that requires a connection. So here you will see here you will see DB profile. So go to here. There are a lot of way to connect a database. We will use ODBC for now. Let me delete this first. I'll go here and create new profile. I'm saying PB class DB profile. And here we need to give the session, our data DSN name. So it's session 2. Apply, okay, and we can connect. So we can also look at the what is available in database. So this is DB profile that we have set. This is database. Go to here, disconnect, connect, and see your tables. You have one table with three columns: login ID, login password, and is active. And you don't have any data here. Okay. So this way your database is being connected from Power Builder IDE, not from applications. So if you want to connect this with your applications, what you need? You need to create something. Let me create new applications for today. I'll go workspace again, session 2. I say W session 2. I'll create a new application here that is called session 2. We will have a new PBL with session 2 and new target with name of session 2. Okay. Any doubt till now? This is what we have seen yesterday. Any question? So raise your hand if
No, sir.
you have any question. Okay. Okay. So now we have created database. Let me open a notepad here. What we have learned today. That is how to create a blank DB via SQL Central. How to create a ODBC to connect a new DB. How to connect PBIDE, integrated development environment, with a DB using database profile. Okay. Now how to connect a application with database. So this is our goal. To connect a application with database, what you need? You need to create a object. Go to the new PB object, and here you see connection object wizard. So it's a wizard that creates a connection object. That connection class, that connection object will help you to connect your application with your database. So let me show you. Okay. Here, read everything. This wizard will help you establish a connection to either a database or a transaction server. Depend on your choice, the wizard will create a connection class object and a connection service object, or just a connection service object. If this is what you want to do, then click next to proceed. Otherwise, click cancel. Yes, we want to create a object that will help us to create connect database. Now next. So what library will keep it? We have only one library, so we will give the name here. So it's require a SQL database connection. Yes, it requires, because we have no choice. So it's single choice. It requires a SQL database connection. Now you will give it DB profile name here. So from DB profile, it will read all properties of your database. Next it says from where you want to save those information. INI file. INI file is a file that contains some data in, like, a key or pair, and other is a registry. So registry is your system registry, like regedit. It is called registry. This is called registry of your system. Okay. So and script. So it will keep into the script. Now I'll go with one application with INI file, and the name of connection object service object will be n session to connect service. Is it okay? I'm using application INI. So when I use this, it will ask what will the name of your INI. I'm saying session2.ini. It gives some information here and then finish. Look at my folder label. Here you see there is an INI file created. Let me open this. Is INI, it is saying database DBMS equal to ODBC, and DB parameter are DSN equal to session2. So as our DSN contains all things like username, password, and the path, we don't need to give separately here, like user ID, password, log ID, log password, server name. It's everything is available in our DSN. So this file contains this information. So how this will help? Like if you have multiple database, you want to connect session2 with your applications, just go and add a DSN here. You want to connect with session3, change a DSN name here. Only just this. Now look at this new object. So this new object is a class. Why we call it class? Because it has its own properties, own, you can say, event, own functions. So there are three functions here: OF connect DB, OF disconnect DB, OF get connection info. So this is getting info. If I am choosing INI file, if I choose INI file, it will use this information and will read from INI file. If I choose registry, it will read from the registry. Okay. And if we go with script, that is already written here with session2, it will be a hard coded value. Every time when you need a change, you need to go change your script. Okay. There are two functions: OF connect DB, OF disconnect DB. So connect DB is being used to connect your DB, and OF disconnect DB is to disconnect your DB. Now how we can use this class in our applications? So as we know, the first entry point is open event. So during open, we will open a connection. You can say open a DB connection. So class name is this. So we need to initiate one object for this class. I'm saying LNV connect, local non-visual connect. So it is local non-visual connect. It's a object of this class. And how we can initiate this class? Equal to create and connection service. So when we have initiated a object of this class, we can use method of this class. So lnv connect dot, how we can connect? So there is a function connect for connecting. The function name is of connect db. So we need to use this of connect db. Any question? Any question till now? Okay. And you see, if it is not 0, written SQL code, if SQL code is not 0, that means there is a problem with connect to database. Okay. And if it is 0, that means database is successfully connected. So we can check here also. If equal to 0, then message box connect, and we can say connection is done. And if it is not 0, that means something is in problem, something is wrong with database. We can also write some message box here for just check something. Connection is failed. Okay. Now let me check how it works. So run connection is done. Connection is done. Connection is done. Connection is done. 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 How many times? Okay. Look. So here we have created connection. Okay. So if there is a problem with connection, it will give an error. Now let me create a problem. ODBC, go to here, session 2, configure, name it to 2_1. Save. Now in my INI file, this database name is written as a session 2, but actually it's converted to session_1. Now it will create a problem. Data source name not found and no default driver specified. Connection is failed. Make sense? So if connection is failed, it will give non-zero value. Session 2. Now connection is done. Okay.
नहीं आएगा, तुम्हारे मैसेज आएगा अगर
Okay, if you create a connection, you also need to close a connection. When your application closes, you also need to close some connection. Make sense? Because you are creating your connections to database, so it's your responsibility to close your connections when you close your application. Now let me copy the same thing here and go to the close event, and here we have a function. What function? ls disconnect db. and it doesn't return anything. It just disconnects DB. So if you are not able to understand what is doing here, just read it, try to understand. We will do lot of times this class and object things you will be able to understand. Now look, this is now connection is done and nothing is open here between open and close because we have nothing here. Let me create a window for this. I am saying Windows title is DB session and the window name is session 2 w underscore session 2. So what I need to things, if my connection is already done, then open w session 2. Now when you run this, it will open a session, and when I close this, it will also close a DB session. Make sense? Any questions till now? So try this. I don't want to like make you overloaded. So first try this. If you are able to connect your applications, then you will be able to do more in the next classes. Okay. So after sometimes the class will be closed. So we will not make it twice. Like we will not go for next class for today. Now your today work is to revise this. So if I go further, then it will be overload for you. Okay. I'll give this to you, this connection service class and all, uh, like yesterday we'll give this and video. You need to make a practice again for all things. Any question? Meeting time is 7 minutes. So any question you can ask. I'm just
Sir, one question, sir.
stopping recording, maybe. Stop recording.